Honestly, I started from scratch, from nothing. So I was being raised by a poor family. I came from a broken family. So in short, nung bata ako, naghiwalay yung parents ko, and then tinapon nila ako dun sa Mountain Province. I was being born in Baguio. So pagkatapos ng a few years ng pagtira namin sa Baguio, nag-separate yung parents ko, and then they sent me to Mountain Province sa aking lola. And then my parents, si mother ko, nag-abroad siya, and then my father stayed in Baguio. So, mahirap because nung pinunta nila ako sa Mountain Province, ay it was being far doon sa Baguio na tinirhan ko because nung nasa Mountain Province na ako ay 2 hours na lalakarin ko yung bundok, and then bukid before I reach the school. Kami yung walang kapitbahay, walang may kuryente, walang gasol. So all in all, nung sinend nila ako sa Mountain Province, talagang ang laking adjustment na kinailangan kong gawin. Kasi dati-dati nung bata ko, nilalakad ko sa metro, and then malapit lang sa school when I was kinder. And nung mga grade 1 na ako, ang lalakarin ko 2 hours. Bundok tsaka bukid ang lalakarin ko. So kapag naglalakad ako nung bata ako, talagang dumadaan ako doon sa mga grass in the morning. Dumadaan ako sa grass in the morning na puno ng moisture. Kaya naihahampas yung grass sa short pant ko. Kapag dating ko sa school, tinatawanan ako ng mga klase ko. Binubuli nila ako kasi sabi nila, inihiyaan ko daw. Inihiyaan ko yung short pant ko. But they didn't know na yun ay galing from the moisture of the grass. At dahil dyan, nasa Mountain Province ako, talaga malaking adjustment, napakalaking adjustment. Kasi before I'm going to school, kailangan ko pang magbayaw, kailangan ko pang kumuha ng kahoy doon sa bundok, panggatong, babalsigin, in Ilocano, babalsigin. Tapos pupunta pa ako sa bukid para pakapakan yung pinagkuhaanan ng palay para mataniman ulit before they going to send me to school. Hindi nila ako sinisend sa school na wala akong nagagawa in the morning. So dumarating yung time na talagang even 7:30 bago ako mag-start to walk going to school. So naglalakad pa ako ng 2 hours, bata pa tayo, maliliit yung kakbang natin. And sometimes 8 o'clock, they going to send me to school. Kaya talagang yung grade ko nung ako ay elementary ay talagang hindi maganda. In short, hindi maganda. So I was repeated when I was grade 1. Kasi ganun talaga. Talagang babagsak ang grado mo if your lifestyle was being affected. So all in all, during my elementary period, yung grado ko talaga, because of the same routine, ay talagang masabi ko na talagang hindi naging maganda yung grado ko. So during my elementary period, talagang nagkakargador ako as a source of my income. Sometimes nag-absent ako just only to earn money by being a cargador kasi I have no support. Nakatira ako sa lola ko, matatanda na sila, they don't have support kasi they are farmers. So ganun kahirap yung pinagdaanan ko when I was in Mountain Province. I faced a lot of rejection, discrimination, and bully. And my lifestyle was very hard. I walk 2 hours before I reach the school, and there's extra more curricular activity before they going to send me to school. So hindi naging maganda yung naging grado ko before, because pag naandun na ako sa school, late na ako ng 2 hours kasi ang pasukan 8 o'clock. So nandun ako sa school 10 a.m. So wala na. Tapos na tayo to. Patay na tayo dito. So yun na. Hanggang sa yun, na-sustain ko. Pinagsasabay ko ang school, pagiging kargador, turn money para magkaroon ng baon. Hindi kasi kagaya sa Mountain Province na dito sa lowland na ang mga elementary may baon. Sa Mountain Province wala talaga generally. So natutunan ko, or wala akong ibang inaasahan kundi magkaroon ng self-reliance. So I rely with myself for my productivity, for my development, kasi wala tayo talagang ibang aasahan. So ganun, kala ko noon hindi ako makakapag high school kasi during that time kasi talagang hirap. Tapos pag uwi pa ako, binubugbog ako ng uncle ko kasi nga talagang pag malit lang ako, bugbog agad. Stricto yung uncle ko eh. Sa kunting pagkakamali ay talagang mag-ingat ka na or magtago ka na. Yes. Kasi ganun talaga yung parang naging nature niya. And then yun nga, walang support din coming from my parents na nasa abroad during my elementary period. Doon ko nalaman na nung naghiwalay yung mother parents ko, and then nung after a few years, meron na palang asawa yung mother ko in abroad. So nagkasal sila sa abroad at mayroon na rin silang anak. So hindi umuwi ang mother ko for almost 18 years. So generally parang she abandoned me for almost 18 years. So ganun katindi. And then because sa hirap ng buhay, akala ko hindi na ako makapag-high school. But thanks to God kasi sabi ng uncle ko, yung isa kong uncle, na I will support you. So generally, nakapag-high school ako. And during my high school period, that's the time na nakabili yung parents ko, yung mother ko, ng lupa doon sa baba ng school. Kaya kung noon, ako ang may pinakamalayong inuuwian during my elementary period, ngayon na naging high school ako naman ang isa sa may pinakamalapit na inuuwian. So it was good kasi nakatulong naman yon. Gumanda yung grade ko na totally maganda, pero at least hindi kagaya ng elementary period. At least malaking tulong yung malapit ako sa school. Napakalaking tulong kasi sa maraming aspeto. Iba kasi yung malapit ka sa school, mas marami kang nagagawa for the school, for your paperworks. Not unlike na dun sa malayo ka, ang dami mo pang iniisip, yung lalakarin mo pa, yung duration of time. So ganun, napakahirap. So during my high school period, I work also as a laborer. Yun naman naging source of income ko nung ako ay high school. So kasi wala tayo talagang inasahang nasusuporta sa akin. So generally, I study in high school and then I work as a construction worker, and of course being also a cargador and some other way to earn money. So ganun talaga ang ginagawa ko. So awa naman ng Diyos, medyo umukay yung grade ko when I was high school. I joined extracurricular activities like Boy Scout. Naging team leader tayo sa Boy Scout. At nakakuha rin tayo ng trophy. And then I joined in the mixed martial art, Arnis. So nakakuha rin tayo ng mga medal dyan, pero ang inabot lang natin ay until the provincial level. Kasi nagkaroon din ng lack of support under the municipality or under the, let's say, school din. Kasi they don't have an armor. So yun ang dahilan kung bakit they will not allow us to send to a higher level. So during that time, nung matapos ko na yung high school ko, akala ko nga hindi na ako makakapag-college. But God is good. Kasi that was the time nagkaroon ng problema yata yung papers ng mother ko doon sa abroad, and they forced to talagang for good for a moment. So umuwi sila sa Pangasinan kasi taga Pangasinan yung asawa ng mother ko. At during that time, tinawag ako ng mother ko. So I went there to study. Talagang mahirap din ay nung nasa Pangasinan na ako, I adjust for almost 1 year because it was being different environment sa pinanggalingan ko sa Cordillera. Different environment, different culture, different socialism. So all in all, I adjusted from the culture or adapt the culture of the lowland area. So doon, all in all, even I was there, talagang even my parents nahihirapan din sila sa support. So ang ginawa ko, I work as a service crew in McDonald's, Chowking, and Bang Inasal in order only to sustain my study. Kasi hindi ko na maasahan yung parents ko because they have children with my stepfather. So ganun ang nangyari. Kaya hanggang nakapag-tapos tayo sa pagiging senior high school, and then nakala ko hindi na ako makakapag-college. Sabi ng parents ko, hindi ka na mag-aral, mag-abroad ka na lang kasi pera lang din naman hahanapin, abroad ka na. Pero dahil sa pursigido ako talagang tapusin kasi kunting taon na lang. It's just only 4 years and then I will finish my college degree. So all in all, ang ginawa ko ay applied for a scholarship. Awa naman ng Diyos ay nakuha tayo sa 2 scholarship. Bawal kasi yung magkaroon ng 2 scholarship. So ang ginawa ko in that time, itinago ko yung isa. So all in all, yung scholarship ko na dalawa, nagamit ko naman until I finish my study in college. So dahil sa kagandahang loob ng Diyos, talagang ang naging puhunan ko lang talaga doon, tiyaga, patient, at unang-una, yung tiwala sa salita ng Diyos. So, all in all, para masustain yung study, just only working in order to sustain my study. I work for Pepsi as a dishwasher. I work as a service crew in Mang Inasal, McDo, and then Chowking. So, yun ay malaking naitulong sa akin. Hindi lang ako nagre-rely doon sa scholarship, but it will help, naka-help naman yun. It helped me for my everyday expenses kasi ang sa sakit lang ng aking parents and with my stepfather was my accommodation and food. Hindi kasama ron yung daily expenses in the school. So, ganun lang kasimple ang naging buhay ko. But kapag yung iba kasi, pag tinitignan nila ako, akala nila anak ako ng mayaman because the way I dress would very decently. Napaka-decente ko, parang manamit daw. But generally talaga, hindi lang yan, dumaan tayo talaga sa butas ng karayom. Before I finish my study, talaga there's a lot of obstacle talaga na na-encounter ko along the journey, along dun sa daan before I finish my study. So as of the moment, I am a fresh graduate. Mayroon na yan as of the moment, 5 months na nakakalipas. Graduate ako, 5 months na nakakalipas. So, yun. That's my simple story. My journey in my study. So, in life, talagang kailangan nating haluan ng sipag, tiyaga, patient, habaan ng pasensya talaga, at unang-una yung tiwala sa Diyos in order to become successful in our study journey. So, thank you for watching at mabuhay po kayo lahat.